This is Lord of Mafka, aka Rogan Azraim, back at you with another video. And in today's video, I want to talk about why male desire is very neglected. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, these few days have been very stressful, so I'm not in a very good mood for this video. So expect some very bleak things to be said and brutal truths to be told. But let's get into today's video. As a man, you really don't have anything much to look forward to being alive in this world because you wake up every day and it's the same scenario playing over and over in your life again. Going to a job you hate, having to deal with people that you hate personally, like your parents, friends, family, and you know that your friends and family dislike you as well, and you most likely have to put up with them because of your living conditions and standards that you have to adhere to for now. And today's world is not a very easy place to live in, especially being a everyday man. The entertainment business, everything we see around us is dedicated to making men just feel like they are just not valuable and they really don't have any use to be alive anymore. And that is the exact feeling that so many men have to face every day. And it's unbearable sometimes. It makes you really want to just tell people off and rant against others and really express them your full mind of what you think about them. And once you tell people off and you put them in their place and tell them just how much of a trash person they are, just how idiotic their belief system is, and how it's hurting men like you and other people around you, this is when you're demonized as the villain. This is when people want to give you crap because they're too insecure to admit that they're wrong, and they're really just contributing to a lot of men just giving up on society and not really caring about anyone like that. I mean, as a man, you're better off not loving anyone, to be honest with you. Because the more love you give to people and invest in people, the more they're always going to fling it back in your face and just treat you like trash at the end of the day. A man's alone time is really the safest place on earth where a man could ever be, because it keeps you away from all of the nonsense, all of the awkward behavior you have to go through with dealing with people on a daily basis at work, your family, so-called friends who you still talk to and haven't gotten rid of social contact with yet. There really is no reason for you to be in today's society as a man because it really doesn't serve you anything. The only thing that you're going to get out of it is more frustration, more of a headache. You're going to wake up with a lot of unhappiness, sadness, and just anger because you're not living the life that you're supposed to be living. Every one of us should be living a normal life to where we can actually sustain ourselves and be able to have a decent quality of life to where we can actually rely on some people in our lives to not be douchebags all the time. But in today's world, it's the exact opposite. It's like you can actually count on others to disappoint you, and always remember that you can always count on other human beings to disappoint you as a everyday man, because no one cares about your struggle, and other men don't even care about what other men go through. Look at how so many men promote this whole self-improvement garbage about, oh, it's your fault why you don't have the significant other in your life. It's your fault that you're a certain way. It's your fault that you're working this certain job. Like, other outliers and external factors don't exist outside of you or inside of you that are keeping you away from the things that you're supposed to have naturally. And people who have these mindsets, you will always know that they're grifters, they're scammers. They're trying to run some big up game and pretend that they're some snazzy and well endowed individual when in reality, they're just as miserable as you and me when they have to keep putting up a front of being this Superman. It must really get old having to keep up a persona all the time of, I'm the most perfect guy in the world. I get all the women, I have all the best cars. I'm a high value masculine man. That must be a really miserable life to have to continue to live up to standards like that are only going to end up making you not only age faster, but your body is going to decay even more because you're putting in even more work like a moron. Meanwhile, the guys who are naturally gifted and they can get things done their way without having to try effort, such as getting a better job, getting a new relationship, having people respect them in general. Those guys live a decent and better life. Meanwhile, the whole alpha and masculine, super red pill guys, they're just miserable every day. And that is the everyday man's life, having to cover up his misery. You have to pretend like you love doing something even though you don't want to. And we really need more men to start expressing the frustration on their mind and speaking up against this garbage because it's not doing nothing but just tearing men down. You know, it really doesn't serve you to keep holding in these negative emotions and not expressing your mind. You should be able to express when you're feeling horrible inside, you're feeling angry because things aren't going your way. You should be able to vocally express these things without someone telling you, "Oh, you're a crybaby, quit complaining. Oh, you're giving up too fast, bro." The same worthless garbage that we're told every day, it really makes you wonder if people are actually NPC robots and they're being conditioned and just worked on in a factory. The amount of non-individuality I see in society is amazing. It's a very sad world we live in nowadays when we have people that have to pretend and just act like there's just this heroic person who knows what's best for humanity and wants to save everyone, whether this be a man, woman, just anyone in general, celebrities, your parents, whoever. They always want to pretend like they have the answers. It's like, okay, if you have the answers, then why are so many men still depressed, lonely, miserable? They're getting on more medications. They have more addictions. Their lifespan is becoming lower, especially in westernized countries. These are the things that people do not like to bring up. And whenever we try to go about addressing this issue and bringing it to light, you're always told that you're wrong for shining a light on it and speaking about it. That is the thing that we're always going to face in this world whenever we're speaking about these broad and brutal truths that men live every day. So, if you're going to call yourself being a man who wants to stand out and really express his mind, be prepared to be ostracized and win against a lot. You're going to have to realize that eternal liberation comes with a lot of vigilance, and it's not an easy road to walk. So, if you're ready to lay down all of the fake artificial relationships you have with so called friends, family, who just disrespects you every day, and you know in your heart and mind that you should quit talking to these people, then be ready to walk a journey of life even more lonelier than where you are right now. And I can tell you, it doesn't get any more easier than this. You're going to have to be battling waves of people that are just brain dead and can't think for themselves. So be prepared to really face some real criticism, and you have to be tough enough in the mind to know what you're doing is absolutely right. Speaking out against the male oppression, all of the nonsense we see in society, like hookup culture, all of this just garbage, that is separating human beings and making our civilization decline at a rapid rate. People are hardly having children. They can't afford to keep the lights on. It's the same thing every day. But we're given some new political story about Trump, Zelensky. We're given some type of new scare about, whatever is happening in the world that we have to be concerned about it every day. All these things are just distractions, just made to keep you from looking inside of why you are facing the type of negative emotions you're facing right now. And once you start looking at that, just know you're going to have very few people in your life. And that's the way it should be. If you call yourself wanting to awake from this for just forgotten and be gone system we live in. But yeah, man, it's been a very brutal few days. I hope you guys are doing well. Work has been just crazy. You know, having to work two jobs, now is not easy. Working online and then in person, it would really drive anyone insane. So I hope you guys are taking care of your mental health, you know, venting in the right, correct way, and just giving yourselves a little bit of time to just catch a mental break if you can, you know. If you have to, just run away into a forest and just sit by yourself, or just go anywhere you can to just get away from regular human interactions that are just so bodied down and don't have anything of substance to them. But you guys take care. Like and subscribe if you're new. Tell me what else you guys want me to elaborate on in the comment sections. I'd highly appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next video. And like I always tell you guys, stay away from the modern woman. Thank you.